I think there are four options here, Glenn. That's not to say that they're all viable. Let's just say theoretically or analytically, there are four options. You have this entity called Greater Israel, and you have roughly an equal number of Palestinians and Israeli Jews living in Greater Israel. You can, excuse me, do one of four things. One, you could turn it into a true democracy, where in effect everybody gets one vote. The Israeli Jews will not go down that road because you will end up with a Palestinian state, not a Jewish state. So true democracy or real democracy is off the table. The second solution, which the United States has pushed for years, is a two-state solution. And as you know, lots of people are now saying once the shooting stops, we have to move to a two-state solution. But the fact is, the Israelis who are in control have zero interest in a two-state solution. That's not going to happen, in large part because the United States and Israel are joined at the hip. And if Israel doesn't want a two-state solution, they can rely on the United States to make sure it doesn't happen. That leaves two other alternatives, which were the ones that you, Glenn, just laid out. One is apartheid, which is what you have now, or two is ethnic cleansing. And there's no question that the Israelis understand that apartheid is probably not a viable political order over the long term. And this present conflict has put the Palestinian issue on the front burner. And it shows there's no evidence that it's going to go away. So the fact that Israel is an apartheid state and that the Israelis treat the Palestinians with great cruelty is obvious to huge numbers of people in the world. So apartheid over the long term does not look like a sustainable political order. That's why the Israelis are so interested in ethnic cleansing. They would like to do in 2023 or 2024 what they did in 1948 when they cleansed large parts of Palestine, or what they did in 1967 in the West Bank after they captured the West Bank in the Six-Day War. They'd like to ethnically cleanse. And the problem that they face is that it's very difficult to ethnically cleanse. The United States, to its credit, and the United States has not done much to its credit in this conflict, but one thing it has done is said that the Israelis cannot cleanse Gaza, or the West Bank for that matter, because you want to understand the Israelis are not only interested in cleansing Gaza, they would like to cleanse the West Bank as well. And we have told them they can't do that. So it looks at the moment like they can't do that. And the end result is you're going to have an apartheid state for as far as the eye can see. And as Alexander was saying, and I know you agree, Glenn, this is disastrous for the Israelis. And it's disastrous for the United States because we're joined at the hip with the Israelis.